What is going on, everyone? Welcome so much to the stream. I thank you all for hanging out, being here. Anybody that's coming in right now at the stream, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Spend with little old me. Anybody watch the stream after the stream, thank you again so much. Taking time out of your day. Spend with little old me. Let's get into this. Let's get into this and have some talks about the Lakers. Monday is training camp, so tomorrow's kind of maybe the last day for anything to happen. I don't think anything happens, but let's explore some possibilities. Let's have fun. Let's have a fun, exciting stream. Have some conversations. Good time. You know how it works. Real quick, let me say hi to all the early people that have came in. Fake stream. What is going on, Blucka Blucka? Yes, fake stream. Fake stream. This is all an illusion. I'm not really here. See? What's going on, Austin? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. RP Sucks as GM. Heard he snacked a lot of folks as an agent too. I mean, the reputation, stuff like that. It's always been a question. Does he have the reputation necessary to be a GM, or is he like hated and spited because he was an agent? But we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of agents turn GMs and stuff like that. So it's one of those things. I don't think. I mean, outside of last year, which I don't really blame him for. It was LeBron James and Anthony Davis who wanted him. When your two superstars want somebody, you go get them, especially when LeBron could potentially be going into a contract year, stuff like that. I don't really knock him for it personally. And then the year before that, if Anthony Davis didn't get hurt, they're probably in the finals. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Hindsight's always 20/20. If they won, they would have been great, but the fact that they didn't win, it becomes a conversation. But we'll see. We'll see how this year goes. We'll see how this ends up turning out. But real quick, before we dive into this live stream, hit that like button. We're just starting out, but let's set the goals, right? We like to set goals for the live streams and stuff. So let's see where we're at. So we got right now, just started. We got 56 people in the stream. We're at 9 likes. We should be at 56 likes. Hit that like button. It takes a second of your time. It's free. Really helps me out. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much the like button helps small streamers and YouTubers like myself during and after the stream. So hit that like button. Hit that like up. We are 2 subscribers away from 4,100. Let's set a crazy goal. Let's do 4,150. So that's 52 subscribers. So if you're somebody in the stream that's not subscribe to the channel. But yeah, anyway, let's get back into it. Let's dive into it. Nikhil Alexander Walker to the Lakers. I mean, if he gets bought out or something, I don't necessarily see a trade happening. Plus, there's a lot of questions with him. Is he really, what's going on with him? Is he really that good? He's just kind of been in weird situations, things like that. What's going on? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Marlon. Thank you. Welcome. What's going on, Mr. Dre? Appreciate you. Thank you. Emily, love you, Faith. Thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate you. Hey, what's going on, Garrett? Thanks for being here. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Yes, facts. Let's hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. You guys know how it works. All right, we are officially at 4,100. Let's get to 4,150. Let's make that happen. That would be fantastic if we can make that happen. But anyway, let's get back to this. I have a question for you. If Reeves and Troy Brown or Walker ball out this season, who do you think the Lakers might retain for next season? Reeves or Clutch Client and Brown and Walker? See, that's the tough spot here for this team, because when you're operating on 1-year deals and stuff like that, it makes it very hard for you to then go and re-sign multiple guys if they ball out, because if they ball out, then they're probably going to get bigger contracts elsewhere. So you either have to overpay or you're just in a bad spot, So if it came down to those two, I think it would be whoever's better. I think let's assume they're all equal, right? Let's say Reeves, Brown, and Walker are all equal style players. I actually think the Lakers will take Walker, because I think he's young still. He's got a 6'10" wingspan. He can play multiple positions, stuff like that. I think the Lakers would take a chance on Walker. Although I really like Reeves, and Reeves is more of like a LeBron guy. But I think, they might look at it as like, which guy would be more versatile, which guy could, assuming they're all equally good, but I think it'd come down to which of these guys are better. Like who's the best of these three, I think, would it be. You watch any college football games today? Yes, I watched a lot of college football games today. I have on the TV over here in my peripheral vision, Oklahoma about to lose to Kansas State, which is crazy. And then I'm going to, try not to get distracted. But, crazy that they lost. But, Notre Dame finally did that, which is a great plug right now. If you're not subscribed to As It Stands, this is As It Stands Lakers. I have a mother channel that basically spawned this channel called As It Stands. Link in the description. Go click the link in the description. Go subscribe to that channel. And go subscribe to As It Stands the Lakers Show. Got a new channel. That was rebranded channel, old channel that I rebranded. This Monday, I'm going to be starting a podcast, Laker podcast over there. Again, links in the description. Go subscribe to those channels and subscribe here. And all that stuff. Like the videos. All that things. Yes, get the likes up. Hit that like up. That's right. Thank you so much, OJ. I appreciate you. They need to sign Melo. So I'm not against them signing Melo. I personally, if you haven't seen the video that I posted diving into it, go check it out after this live stream. But I think either two things happen. I think either they likely see who they got at camp, figure it out from there, and then let one of those guys get a spot, or they end up going the buyout market now, or they sign Melo, or they do the buyout market later. Personally, I think it's very likely that they either take somebody now through a buyout, say like I use as an example like Rudy Gay. Like let's say the Utah Jazz waive Rudy Gay. I could see them going with Rudy Gay in the buyout market. You get a big style wing. You only need a guy to play like 10 to 15 minutes a game. He's a guy that can do that. I think that is very likely what would end up happening. Or they just leave it open and see what happens come the trade deadline. Say, a la Markieff Morris, Andre Drummond, guys like that. That would be a thing. That would be the most likely scenario is what I would think. But as far as signing Melo, I'm not against it. LeBron's been talking and really hyping up Melo recently. So wouldn't be shocked if they did sign him. My only concern is just the defense. But I think we really need the shooting. Not only do we really need the shooting, but you also get that guy that's been in the big moments, that can hit the big shots, that's done the big things. I think that's important as well. What's going on, Probs? Appreciate you being here. Hopefully Rob still has an ace up his sleeve. I hope so. That's kind of why I wanted to do this live stream, kind of dive into and hear people's thoughts and what they think, stuff like that. Because I look, if nothing happens tomorrow, which it's Sunday, so, not that things don't happen on Sundays, but, nothing really major happens usually. So something doesn't happen tomorrow, I think that's it. Just because Monday is media day. And I think if you don't get something before media day, you're probably not doing anything personally. What's going on? Appreciate you. What's up, Lillard? Appreciate you being here. Any recent news with the Pacers deal? Heard they're still talking. Nothing major. I mean, they might be just doing last minute like due diligence things, but Pacers want the 2 first. And I just think unless the Lakers cave, which I hope they don't, I don't think it's worth the 2 first. I don't see a deal getting done personally. From the Virgin Islands, what is going on? Appreciate you, Mario. Thank you so much. Shout outs to the Virgin Islands. When they asked Russ about the fans booing him, he said the fans should take us home last year and boo themselves. Slap in the face. The front office hasn't yet for his abomination of the year. Hey, the problem is we're not good enough for one. We're not good enough to just send them home or sit them or anything like that. And two, like you got to at least try to make it work. You have to try to make it work. Doesn't work. Yeah, maybe move them off the bench, stuff like that. But you got to at least try. You really do. Thank you so much. 7 Days Sports. What's up? Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Rob and the Rambus has killed the offseason. Look, I really think that Jeannie needs to move off of the Rambus like council, I guess, probably the best way to put it. It's just I just don't think she is. She trusts them. She's had them. They're her confidants. I don't think, as much as I would like to see that happen, I don't think it does. I just don't. But thank you so much. Great. Here we go. What do you think about Demarcus Cousins? I love Demarcus Cousins. I just think he doesn't make sense for the Lakers because got Anthony Davis. You got Thomas Bryant, who I think is going to be the starter, especially if they're going to play like the Milwaukee Bucks style offense. Thomas Bryant is a perfect, 3 style big, which they really need. So I think he ends up being the starter. You got Damian Jones as your high energy shot blocker. Can shoot the 3, doesn't have huge sample sizes, so that's a big thing too. But all in all, I love Demarcus Cousins. I'm actually surprised he doesn't have a team yet. Like, where I think he should go is like the Nets or like the Clippers. Like the Clippers they only have Zoo. But the problem is they'd have to like waive somebody or do something to kind of figure that out. That's my only problem with like the Clippers. And look, I don't want the Clippers to get better, but they only have Zoo as like their like legit center. So I think that Cousins would be great there. I think the Nets, again, like the Nets could use some big guys like Hassan Whiteside or somebody like that, or even the Celtics. Go to the Celtics. Celtics, they lost, Time Lord. And look, Robert Williams, as great as he is, he's probably going to get hurt again. It's just kind of, that's kind of been the trend with him. So I think that if he could get a job at one of those places, I think that'd be best. But for the Lakers, I would love him again. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. We need a wing position, and you're better off just leaving that spot open and hope that maybe one comes up. Do you think we can get maybe Demarcus Cousins? Oh yeah, just answer that from the previous comment. We could. I just don't think it makes sense. We either need a shooting, 3 and D style, which there aren't really any. So it's like then you just get shooting, which is like Melo, or bring in Cole Swider, which if I remove my bias from Melo, because I really, I grew up with Melo. Like I want to see Melo be a Lakers. Like if I remove my bias, the thing that makes the most sense is Swider, because you're probably going to get the same amount of shooting. You get a bigger body, and he's a guy that's like you plan on having for the future, for the long haul. So you kind of work that in. So personally, I think that they should bring in Swider, or just hope maybe, like I said, a Rudy Gay, maybe a Jay Crowder, because all the drama going on with him. And if the Suns can't find a trade, do they waive him? Do they keep him? What ends up happening? Somebody like that, just for example, not saying either of those guys get waived or anything, but just, they could find somebody like that. Would you be a guest in someone else's stream? I've been a guest in several people's streams. LA Sports Live, shout outs to them. The Kareem Report, Kareem and Elder had me come on one of their streams, stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't mind it. It's just finding the time to do it. It's tough, especially right now. But I'm always for jumping on other people's streams and stuff, and helping each other out and all that stuff. Absolutely, why not? It's fun. It's fun to talk to other people. But yeah, send me an email. Send me, if anybody wants me to do like a collab or something, just send me an email. If I can make the time, I will. I do have the new Laker podcast that I'm starting this Monday. Link in the description. Go check that out. It's not going to be on this channel. It's going to be on another channel that I rebranded. So go head on over to that channel and subscribe to that channel. I appreciate it. And as it stands, again, links in the bio, and subscribe here. Don't forget to subscribe here, and like this video. Let's get the likes up. But yeah. Hello from the Philippines, by the way. Well, thank you so much. I get a lot of people from the Philippines, which is awesome. I love it. I love to see it. And even my analytics, I get a lot of views. I believe the Philippines are like second as far as like viewership that I get on this channel. I think it's the USA, and then it's like the Philippines, and then it's like Canada, something like that, or maybe Canada slightly first. Anyway, thank you. Shout out to Philippines. Mello or Cole Swider. Yeah, that's what I think will likely happen if they bring somebody in. It'll probably be one of those things. Live from Douglas, Texas. What is going on, Terry? Appreciate you. From Texas, what is up? What is up? I am wonderful. I am here with all you beautiful people, talking Lakers, having a good time. You know how it goes. True, yes. That's my biggest problem. Like, I would love it. Like, I wouldn't be upset about it. I just don't know where he fits is my problem. Other teams ask price killed the offseason. It did. And look, you gotta, as much as people love to bag and trash, Rob Pelinka, you got to give him credit for standing pat, because he could have easily done it to appease the fans, to make everybody happy. And look what the end result was. They gave him away for a bag of peanuts. And it's better to do no trade than it is to do a bad trade. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And how everybody that wanted a trade so bad, if a trade pops up, and we would have traded those assets, like a legit trade, pops up, and we would have traded those assets, those same people would have been furious that Rob Pelinka was an idiot and decided to trade all the, you know what I mean? It's just, he can't win, and that's always been my biggest thing. Like, no matter what he does, he can't win unless the Lakers win. It's one of those things. But I'm glad that they didn't just make a move to make a move, because who knows? We'll see what happens. What if the Nets implode and they're like, we need to get something for Kyrie, so he's just going to walk. Let's go make a trade. And then, but you traded those assets, so now somebody else gets them, or something like that. Or, just using this as an example, not saying it's going to happen, but let's say Bradley Beal. Say the Wizards are terrible, and Bradley Beal's like, okay, I got my money. I'm eligible to be traded now. Like, I want to go to Lakers. But we traded our draft picks for Bogdanovich and Clarkson. Like, it's like we could have gotten Bradley Beal. Like, we could have built the team around those three. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, let's just be patient, see what happens, see how it works out, and see what the next move is. Or Boston to replace Robert. I don't think that they would replace Robert, because Robert's great when he's healthy. It's just, that's the biggest concern. He might end up being a Greg Oden, which sucks. What about the Lamb guy they recently worked out? Obviously they didn't like what they saw. There's a reason Jeremy Lamb hasn't gotten a job yet. He's just super inconsistent. Same thing with guys like Tony Snell and stuff like that. There's a reason these guys haven't gotten deals yet, and they're 3-and-D style wings. There's usually more to it than that. So I imagine he at least didn't perform enough for the Lakers to go, yeah, that's our guy. Otherwise, I think he would have signed. Do the Spurs trade and sign Crowder if he gets waived? If anything, get a third team involved to get Crowder. Spurs, I do not see the Spurs signing Crowder. I think if he goes anywhere, it's Miami. If he gets waived, it's Miami. I would love for him to come to Lakers, because I just think we really need a player like him. But I really think that he goes to Miami. Even Jay Crowder said he would welcome a return to Miami. So if he gets bought out and that's the place he can go, that's probably where he goes, is Miami. So, but yeah, we wouldn't be able to trade for Crowder straight up. We would have to go through a 3-team round. Tyler, how come you never bring people onto your stream? You selfish SOB. Why are you stirring the pot, Blecka? Why are you stirring the pot? First off, this is a buddy of mine. He's just talking shit because he likes to stir the pot. That's why if you notice, he's my mod. You're adorable, Blecka. But no, this actually is a legit question, because I get asked this all the time. That's why he's asking this. Why don't I bring random people on the stream? And it's because, to be honest, I just don't know, subscribers and people and stuff like that. So it's hard, because if you haven't done YouTube, you run into YouTube is very strict on what people say, what people do. And you can lose your entire channel, not no warning, no nothing, just boom, channel gone, because of, somebody says something stupid. And you all know that there are a lot of stupid people in the world. Not saying any of you are those, or that if you came onto the channel, you'd say or do anything stupid, but it could even be something simple. It could be something that you might not think is bad, but actually is bad. It's just a lot of risk, especially on live streams. So that's the problem. Bringing people onto the stream, it's a real thing. But yeah, it's just that's all it is. It's just because I get asked that question a lot. Like, would you ever allow like people to come on the stream? And I would love to. I really would. I would love to have like 10 people on the stream and stuff like that. Like, but it's just the risk is just not worth it. That's why creators don't bring subscribers and stuff, because it's just all it takes is just one thing and that's it. Like, and I can't edit it out. I can't control it. Can't anything like that because it's in real time. It's a live stream. If the Bulls fall off and put DeRozan in the market, do you make that trade, or the Pacers one if still available? I think personally the Lakers would go do the DeMar DeRozan deal. I really do. I think if that was an option, like I think they would. I wouldn't be against the DeRozan deal. I just think it depends on what it is. I wouldn't want to give up both first for DeMar. Like, as great as he was last year, he's still only getting older. Was that just a great year, or is that something he could do? Because he wasn't doing that the last few years. So, was it just like he wanted to show that he's better, blah, 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 stuff like that? Like, it's just that would be my concern. I wouldn't want to give up both picks. If the Pacers deal is still there, I think it just depends on where the Lakers are at. And that's why I think if Westbrook starts the season like with the team, I think he stays with the team, because you're either going to be good enough to where you're not going to want to ruin the chemistry and you're not going to want to run the risk of like messing up what you got, or you're going to be bad. And then it's like, you might as well just write it out and not do a deal. Now, like maybe if they're in like the middle of the pack, maybe you make a push, maybe you go do the Pacers deal, something like that. I just think it depends on the circumstance, but I wouldn't mind them regardless. Like, even if they are like good, I wouldn't mind them going to get DeMar, because he's under contract for a couple years. You actually could like keep him around. You have your team, and he's enough of like a chameleon type player that he could blend in easily, and you're off to the races. But stuff like that. Just saying. That's all it is. What else we got? I agree. Cole Swider is the future. His defense will get better as time goes on. Look, you can't put a lot in the summer league. Even his shooting. Like, he shot 53%. Like I've said, he's not going to shoot 53% in the regular season, but like, can he shoot like 38%? I think that's realistic. He's got a big body. He's young. You can make it work, look what the Lakers were able to do with Kuz. Kuz wasn't like a lockdown defender, but they were able to, especially his first year. He wasn't he was solid defensively. He wasn't like a complete liability like Swider, but he wasn't like what he was, championship year. What else? This dude is 0 to 500 on trade predictions this year. People see, I love these comments because like people act like I'm just making these trades up. Like they're my trades, and they're not. All I'm doing is relaying the information that's out there, and then I give my opinion and take on it. That's why I pass it to you at the end of the videos. It's not like I'm not predicting anything. Like, I don't know. I'm just, here's the information. Here's my thoughts. This is what I think will happen. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've been right on some stuff. I've been wrong on other stuff. This is how it goes. Like, people act like because like, I'm growing a following and I'm talking sports that like I'm an ESPN reporting, and I'm breaking news. Like, no, I'm just some dude on YouTube. I'm just some guy that has a passion and love for the game of basketball and for the Lakers. That's relaying my thoughts and opinions. Just like all of us, we have opinions and thoughts that turn out to be correct, some that turn out to be wrong. But I'm not some insider or anything like that. Got it. Subscribe. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What is your email, Tyler? I am going to join in with Kareem and others sometime when I set up my page. So it's as it stands, yt@gmail.com. But if you just go to this homepage and you go to like the about, you'll see the email. To make it easier, so that way you don't miss it. I miss Kuzma's skill set. Young Ween, who rebounds, plays defense, and is more than just a scorer, a willing role player who made a lot of sacrifices. I agree. We could really use a guy like Kyle Kuzma, especially right now, especially this season. But the problem is that it's like, it's hard to find those things. I'm with you. Facts. Yes, facts. A lot of people blaming Rob regardless. I have faith in Rob. I do too. I've been a huge Rob defender. I've stuck up for Rob because I don't think he's done that bad of a job. He put together a championship contender. The following year, he upgraded the roster and got praised from everybody, from fans, the media, the executives, the players. Everybody was just praising Rob. You upgraded as a championship contender. You did great. Got the 6 men of the year, all that stuff. Team was great. And it looked like we were going to beat the Suns. We were up 2-1. They didn't have an answer for Anthony Davis. We looked like we were about to go up 3-1. Anthony Davis gets hurt, and that's it. Rob can't control that. And then last year, LeBron Rob Pelinka had a deal for Buddy Hield, and DeMar DeRozan said in an interview, I thought I was going to the Lakers. So he could have gotten Buddy Hield and DeMar DeRozan. There were talks to Lowry, all that stuff. And no, LeBron James and Anthony Davis had that meeting with Russell Westbrook, went to Rob Pelinka and said, go trade for Russell Westbrook. We want Russell Westbrook. When your two superstars tell you they want a player, you go do it. It's just the league we're in today. And people always say like, oh, Rob should have said no. There's not a GM in the league that's going to tell LeBron James and Anthony Davis no, especially with LeBron going into a contract year the following year. You're not going to do that. There's not a single team in the league that would have told him no. I mean, look at what like the Brooklyn Nets have done with like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Like, it's just, I don't blame Rob. This offseason, there was nothing out there. Like he did his job. He got every single free agent player that we could have possibly gotten. This free agency class was terrible. It was full of guards. It was full of, small wings. That's what was out there. That's what he got, So I don't blame him for what ended up happening at all, personally. How many games do you see us winning this year? I see around, I could see us getting like to 50 to 55 games, somewhere around there. Assuming LeBron James and Anthony Davis are healthy and don't miss more than like 15, 20 games. I think we're going to be pretty good. I really do. I'm not saying we're going to be a contender or anything, but if we get to the playoffs, if Russell Westbrook is and the Lakers have kind of figured it out and navigated through it, I'll take my chances with this team. I really will. I think we have a pretty talented roster. But you think Rob is still around after this season? Yeah, definitely. I like your channel at this point, reading viewers' comments. That's not a super chat, but I agree. The time will come where enormous super chats is going to flood your channel like Lakers Nation. I'll understand. Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. And like, I would like to, like, we talked about this in yesterday's live stream, because a lot of people were liking it. A lot of people were like, I love how you don't, only read super chat questions, stuff like that. You go through the chat. And like, it's because I'm not in a position otherwise. And it's not that I wouldn't want to. Like, if I'm not, like, say, I answer all the super chat questions, then, even if I get to the point where I'm big and I answer all the super chat questions, my next thing is to go into the chat and talk, because that's why I do these live streams, is to connect, to grow the community. It's like I've told people that ask, like, videos is what gets the audience. Live streams is what builds the community. So I get my viewership, I get my subscribers mostly from videos. But these live streams is how you guys get to know me. It's how we interact. It's how it's in real time, stuff like that. Like, that is what this is. That's why I like doing this, because I want to grow the community. I want to be a face. I want to be a fixture. I want to grow this channel. And there will very likely at some point be a point where I just, like you said, I get flooded with super chats so regularly that, like, all I can do is just respond, because they're paying for the time. I can't be like, hey, thanks for the super chats, I'm going to answer these questions in order. It's just, but I want to try to figure out ways when I get to that point. I'm probably a long way away from that, even as fast as I'm growing, which I am growing very fast. But like, even I probably have some time, like, look at Lakers Nation. They got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It takes time to get there. But when I do get there, I do want to try to find a way to still be able to connect with all of you and have these discussions and these back and forths and stuff. Just because I enjoy it, and I know not everybody is in a position to give super chats or anything like that. So I want to be able to figure things out. So we'll see. It's a long road ahead, believe me. What's going on, LA Sports Live? Shout outs to you. I gave you. I don't know if you were here when I shouted you out earlier, but yeah. Let's go. Let go of the trading ideas. It just brings instability to the team. Practice makes perfect. Enough trade ideas. Swider, home him defense. He will be perfect player for the Lakers. I mean, problem is his inexperience and youth could be a big problem. And tomorrow's the last day. If nothing happens tomorrow, it's done. If the Lakers are serious about defense, then Dwight makes sense. But it's not the defense. It's not the defense in general we need. It's the wing defense that we need. And we have a younger, better Dwight Howard currently and Damian Jones. As much as I like Dwight, I really would. Like if we didn't get Damian Jones, I would have loved for them to bring Dwight back. Do the Pacers deal, man. They would get consistent shooters. Lakers desperately need and a great defender. These are the best role players they could get that fit perfectly. Problem is, it's not worth 2 first-round picks. And the reason it's not worth 2 first-round picks is because, one, you have Miles Turner, who is as injured, if not more, than Anthony Davis. So that's a big concern. He's coming off of a season-ending injury. He's a free agent after this season, so he could just walk after this season, and you gave up both your draft picks for nothing. He's a 12-7 guy, as great defensively as he is, and as much as he can space the floor, he is still a 12-7 guy, you know. And then Buddy Hield, as great of a shooter as he is, he's a huge liability defensively. He's well below average on defense. If you go look up his defensive rating, he's terrible. So he's a terrible defender. He's one-dimensional. He's on a multi-year heavy contract that's just not worth the production that he provides. When you got guys that do the exact same thing on much smaller deals, stuff like that, like there's a lot that goes into it. If we could get the deal for 1 first, I would do it. And Miles Turner wants $20+ million a year. He's not worth $20+ million. Like there's probably some team that would give him $20 million, but I pray it's not the Lakers because he's not worth $20 million. Pacers deal overrated. I'll let it ride. Not good enough for 2 picks. Yeah, it's not worth both picks. If we could do it for a pick, I would do it. Rob can't do much as long as Russ is on the team. Yeah, I mean, and there's just no deals. There's no deals to get him off. And like I said, no deal is better than a bad deal. People blaming Russ, people blaming Rob, sorry, but it's really Jeannie Buss holding him back from making. I mean, she does get final say and everything. That's true too. Russ needs to play off the bench until he can play Lakers basketball. I mean, you got to at least give him a chance, you know, because if he doesn't, that's the beauty of having Schroeder and having Beverly, is it puts pressure on Westbrook to buy in. Because if he doesn't, guess what? You're going to the bench. You know, Westbrook, you don't want to set those screens. You know, you don't want to spot up over here. You want to run the show. Okay, tell you what, come sit down on this bench. Schroeder, you can come in and you can do that. So it adds some pressure, which is really good. And then also, you got to give him a chance. You got to see, can it work? Can you make it work? Health was a big issue last year. If we were healthy, you know, who knows if we would have figured it out. And I think we at least would have made the playoffs. You know, it's hard to judge a big three on 22 games, 23 games that they played. Like, it's hard to judge a team on that. You know, as bad or good as they are, like, you don't know on a 23 game sample size. You know, especially when you're like, and it was early on. So that's like when you're trying to figure it out, you know? So that's the big problem. So you got to give him a chance. And if it doesn't work, then you bring him off the bench. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn my fan on. It is getting hot in here. I think that AC auto just went off. Here, give me 1 second. 1 second. Boom, literally 1 second. Sorry, needed to turn the fan on. I was getting toasty. Anyway, back to it.
would you trade Lonnie Walker and Gabriel for Crowder when Lonnie is able to be traded? The problem is it's not enough money. So like right now they could, like, if they wanted, like, replace Walker with Kendrick Nunn because they're making essentially the same amount of money, you couldn't trade for Jay Crowder, even with the 125% rule, because Jay Crowder makes like a little under like 11 million. It's like 10 point something million. Nunn and Walker make roughly 6 million. And then Gabriel makes like, one and some change. Let's just call it 2 million. So it's not enough. You're just shy, like a couple $100,000, something like that, or like $1 million, something like that. So it sucks. If I was Rob, I would do the base deal. If you could do it without both first, I would do it. It's just not worth both first, which is the problem. It's really not. You say that, but when you grow off the people, you're going to change up like they all do. But yeah, it sounds good, man. Shaking my head. I don't know what you're referencing. You're talking about like if I blow up and get big? I mean, I don't think I will, but we won't know until we get there. We'll see. It is nice to have our questions answered. We don't all have super chat questions. Sometimes it's just because I'm stupid and I don't know basketball the way I do other sports. Hey, look, Mimi, I completely understand it. Look, and I love this. I love this, but like when I get to the point, like even like Jason saying like, oh, like when you grow off, you're going to change up. Like if I get flooded with super chat questions, like what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to tell them too bad, take your money. Well, one, you can't because it's like a donation. So YouTube doesn't even let you give it back. So like, I'm just supposed to ignore them. You know what I mean? Like, how would you feel if you paid somebody, $2, $10, $5, whatever, and they just ignored it? Like, like I can only do what I can do, and I'm not going to not grow as a creator because, I want to do this. That's the whole point of being a YouTuber. That's the whole point of, doing these live streams, is to get to a point to where I can do this for a living. I'm making a comfortable living. Like, I'm a fixture, I'm a place, like, transparency is a big thing. But I do understand that not everybody has super chat questions and stuff like that. But if I could figure out a way to like maybe do it, or maybe just because you can't turn off super chat. So maybe I just do a stream where I just say like, hey, maybe once a week or something, where I just do a live stream where it's just like, hey, I'm just going to go and order the chat, stuff like that. But again, we're a long ways away from that. I mean, I'm lucky to get like 2 or 3 super chats in a live stream right now. We're a long ways away from where we have to worry about that. So like, let's worry about it once we get there and we'll figure it out, But so thanks. Yeah, no problem. I do appreciate it. And I do like answering the questions. Like I said, this is what this is about, is to grow the community, is to grow. Like I want to build that foundation, and this is the best way to do it, to be able to connect with everybody back and forth, stuff like that, answer questions, have fun, stuff like that. Westbrook was a big fruit. When is the trade deadline? In February. We got a long time. February, I think, what is it? It's like February 6th this year, something like that. February 6th, 7th, something like that. The date is already out there. I just don't remember exactly what it is. I know it's before the 10th because LeBron is eligible to be traded on like the 10th. And like that was a big thing when he signed his extension. Not that he's going to get traded, not that he would ask trade, nothing like that. But I just remember when he signed his extension, everyone was like, "Oh, he can't be traded this year because he's not trade eligible until after the trade deadline." So it's like early February. Dude, I love your videos. Greeting from Chile. What's going on? Shout outs to Chile. We got quite the diverse mix here. I love it. I love seeing it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nacho. Let's see. We are stuck with Westbrook, but I think we can contend as long as we play defense and Russ buys in. Let's go Lakers. Hey, look, Jester, I'm with you. Like I said, you get me a healthy team come playoff time, I'll take my chances, especially if Russ buys in, especially if Russ can figure it out and they can make it work. I'll take my chances. I will absolutely take my chances with this team. They think Pat Bev moved the needle, shaking my head. I mean, if you look up his win shares and you look up his contributions, yeah, he moves the needle heavily. Also, he's the number 2 behind Giannis in defense as the closest defender. We have 2 of the top 5 now in that category. Giannis number 1, Pat Bev is number 2, Anthony Davis is number 4. So Pat Bev, if you look at everything, all the statistics, everything that on is Pat Bev is a huge needle mover. Huge. Will he be this year? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. In your opinion, who is the most overrated Laker player in the history of the organization? Ooh, that's a tough question. That's tough because most guys, I feel most guys have been really like even, or they really were like huge contributors. Maybe like Devin Harris, or not Devin Harris. What's his name? God, why am I blanking on his name? Devin. He was on the Lakers team back in the day. Kwame Brown. I see people playing Kwame Brown. What is his name? I know it's Devin something, or his last name's Devin. But anyway, I know he was like super hyped for a long time, and he really like if you looked at his, he didn't do anything, and like if you watched the games, he didn't really do anything. That's tough. Cause like, I mean, guys like Rick Fox, Byron Scott, you could maybe make an argument for. Cause like Byron Scott was great, but like he thought he was better than he was. That makes sense. He might have overrated himself. Devin George, thank you, Ranger. Sorry, I knew it was. I was trying to blank on his name. Devin George was like super hyped. He played the 3. Like he was like missing shots. He wasn't clutch. But like for whatever reason, people thought he was great. But yeah, like I said, like guys like Byron Scott, I think is a good one. Luke Walton was like your average role player, but like he was so like hyped for so long. Yeah, probably guys like that. That'd probably be my go-to for things like that. What else? I don't want to see Russell Westbrook on the Lakers. I mean, I don't think any of us really do, but unfortunately, it's a reality, and we gotta ride with it. We gotta support him. We gotta hope that it works out. But real quick, we have 204 people in this live stream, and we only have 76 likes. Get to at least 150. Let's have a 150 goal set, and let's subscribe to the channel. Let's get me to, we're at 4104. I like to set, let's say 41. We had 4150 earlier. Yeah, let's set the high goal, 4150. There's 200 of you in the stream. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. You have no idea how much the like button powers this video. Rob clearly never heard the saying study long, story wrong. I'm hearing just Russ or Omar Wilkes will take over as GM. I mean, it's always possible, but I don't think Rob's going anywhere anytime soon personally. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Adam Silvers and Celtics organization needs to stop being like that to Ime. If that was any other white coach, they would have gotten fined and a couple game suspension. I don't think it has it. I don't know if you read the most recent reports. If you haven't, you should, because it wasn't just that he like did something to a coach. There was a lot of things to that. I don't think this is not everything is a race issue. I mean, he did something bad. Like he was harassing. I got to be careful what I say because again, YouTube. He was harassing women in the workplace allegedly, based on the reports that have came out. I don't think it's because he was anything. I think it's because he was harassing people at the workplace. Not everything it has to be like a race debate. Sometimes people just do stupid shit and they deserve to be punished for it. It's like it's nothing to do with that. I mean, look at Donald Sterling. He did something stupid and he was gone. They kicked him out the league. Same thing's happening with Sauber. Guys like that. I mean, and it's just Ime they didn't fire him. They didn't do anything. They suspended him for a year. So like, let's see. And more stuff is coming out that he continued to do. And this went on for a long time. They did what did they say? They did a whole year investigation. Like, so obviously they found stuff, and he didn't try to fight. He didn't try to fight the suspension or anything. He accepted it. Was like, yeah. So clearly he knew he messed up. Not everything is a race issue. Sometimes people just do bad stuff and they need to be reprimanded for it. I judge Westbrook on his career or having the stupid chip on his shoulder. Start playing for a chip, not for a shoulder on you, bro. No, I get it. And hopefully he buys and hopefully he gives, 110%. Hopefully, he's willing to set the screens. He's willing to do the picks. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I want to judge him by his play this year. Last year was last year. It was a mess across the board. Wipe our hands, clean slate. Let's make this happen. Mortal Kombat. Fight. This team is better than most people think. I've been sticking up for this team since day one. I think this team has the potential to be absolutely incredible. I really do. So I am all for that. We should have just got Buddy Hield from the start, and we shouldn't be in this mess. I agree. But like I said, LeBron James, Anthony Davis want you to go get somebody, you do it. The more we grow, the more we know. Facts. Very true. When you make it big, don't forget about day ones here with you, man. Absolutely not. I want, like I said, I want to be able to do what I can control. If I can find ways and I can, keep everything engaged and keep everything fun and, try to, I don't know. We'll figure stuff out. Worst case, maybe do a free Discord or something to where we can communicate. I mean, I still try to, respond to all the comments and stuff. I mean, even then, at some point, it'd probably be impossible for me to keep up with the comments. I mean, it's already hard now. It is so hard. It's so time consuming to keep up with the comments on the channel as much as I try. That's why usually I'm not able to respond again. It's just like you get the one comment. That's kind of it. It's tough. It is because it's just, I'm in a blessed position. I got a lot of people, which is awesome. And I'm growing faster than I ever imagined, which is insane. I mean, look at it like this. I did thank you for 4,000 live stream yesterday, and we're at 4,100 today. Like literally, like this time last night, we were on a stream and I had just hit 4,000. So I've already gotten 100 in 24 hours, 104 in 24 hours, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, subscribe. But yeah, no, I want to try to find ways, that I'm, capable of, I got to do the best that I can, but I'm always transparent. I'm always honest. I'm always trying to, be real. I mean, look, the goal is to get to the point where I can be successful. So once I get to that point, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Like I said, we got a long way to go. We're just starting out. Let's worry about it when we get there, What's going on, Mo? I appreciate you being here. These lives are a part of my day now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you see this Ime Udoka situation causing somewhat of a sell with some players, possibly high-profile players? I don't think so. I don't think that's enough. Like, I thought the Phoenix Suns might, because like that was, a big issue, right? Like that's your owner. That's, that was literally, like I said, not everything's about race. Well, that was about race, right? So like I'm surprised the Suns did it. This, I don't think so. I think that they'll likely, everybody will likely stay. They'll keep the team intact, anything like that. I don't see there being a sell-off or anything. But yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, Mo. I appreciate you. I really do. It's crazy that your shirt game is so basic, but your hoodie game is like someone dropped acid and did some shit. I can't wait to get the hoodies back. See, these people have no idea about the hoodie game. Just wait till you see the hoodie game. It's just too hot because I live in Las Vegas. It's still like 100 degrees every day. Like I had to pause the stream for a second so I go turn the fan on because it's so hot. I cannot wait to wear hoodies again. I mean, I have like shirts with like designs on it and stuff, but like, I don't know. I'm basic. Outside of hoodies, I'm a hoodie guy. And I just have so many black shirts because like when it's not 100 degrees, I'm usually wearing like a hoodie or like polo or like, something like that. So yeah. What do you think about them 3 jerseys that Clarkson's brother put up on IG? I didn't even see that. Really? I haven't seen that. I have to look that up. What were the jerseys? What teams are they? And I'll answer the question. Kwame Brown, Kwame Brown. I don't know if he was over. I mean, he was terrible from the jump. They did everything they could. Steve Nash, I don't think Steve Nash was overrated. I just think the injuries, because he was like, there was a lot of optimism. Like, if he didn't get injured, who knows how good that team would have been. And I mean, he literally, he had like one of his best seasons like the year before. So I mean, it wasn't. I don't think that it was terrible, but like I really think it was injuries that kind of played a role into that. It is. It's one of those like what ifs. Like, would he have been able to make it work? But yeah. DJ Russell, Devin George. Yeah, earlier. Thank you for Devin George. That was like one of the first people popped in my head. See, Derek Fisher, but the problem is Derek Fisher actually hit big shot, like the .04, shot, stuff like that. Like Derek Fisher was very solid for us. Like, so I can't put Derek Fisher there. I can't. Derek Fisher was really good. Again, Steve Nash, I just think Steve Nash I think he was a product of injury. Devin Ebanks, yeah, yep, that's another one that you could reference. But no, it was Devin George was the one I was thinking of earlier. Byron Scott, yeah, that was one that I said, yeah. I think that's a good one. Yeah, Devin George, Vladdy. I mean, but Vladdy was good, Vladdy was good for the Lakers. And look, if it wasn't for Vladdy, we wouldn't have gotten Lakers go. Sasha Vujic. Yeah, but he was another guy. He was the machine. I mean, dude, he was clutch too. He was really good for the Lakers. I don't think so. That's why I'm saying it's tough. We had some really good role players. Another one that I thought about was Rick Fox. Like Rick Fox was definitely solid, but like he got a lot more hype than what I think he was as a player. I think that's another one. It's not going to work because Russ don't listen to nobody, and they just bring Russ in for when Russ be messing up. I don't know. I mean, Russ seems to really be buying into Darvin Ham. Really buying into Darvin Ham. So I don't know. I don't think I don't know. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see what happens first, I do. This is not a race issue. Exactly. Not everything is a race issue. Like, I don't understand why people always have to go there. It makes no sense. It's like not everything has to be about that. Did he do something? Like if he did nothing, like if he didn't do anything wrong and he got then I'd be like, okay, yeah. But like he clearly did something wrong. I mean, like I said, he didn't even try to fight it. So clearly he knew he did something wrong. So it's just, and they could have fired him. They could have fired him and all kinds of stuff. But no, they gave him a suspension. Like Dennis Schroeder was the most overrated. I mean, the year he came, yeah, definitely. The guy on your stream yesterday was talking too much in the comments. He wasn't saying anything and saying you don't know about. Oh yeah, the dude from yesterday. But it's always those people. It's always the people that are like, oh, like you don't know nothing, blah blah blah. It's always those people. Those people are always the ones that that always say anything. Anyhow, like your channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Byron Scott was very good, but he admitted that he discovered weightlifting would have extended and improved his abilities. He wasn't a gym rat until the last few years. No, I'm not saying Byron Scott wasn't good. I just think he was a lot more hyped than what he really was as a player. What is our current starting lineup? Very likely, if I had to guess, probably Westbrook, Beverly, LeBron, Davis, and Bryant would be like what I would guess is the most likely scenario. Lakers can't win with Russ mentally. I just don't fit with the team. I don't know. You'd be surprised with good coaching, good scheme, good offensive schemes, good play sets, stuff like that could do. Good coaching solves a lot, So I don't know. I want to, maybe I'm just being optimistic and hopeful, but I do. I think that there's a chance. What's going on, Carlos? How are you? I like the show. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate it. And absolutely, I will. And I'm wonderful. No complaints. All excited. Just here to hang out. What else? The Lakers should have tried harder to retain Malik Monk. His departure will hurt our bench scoring. It's just he was too much. I mean, they weren't going to be able to keep him even if they wanted to. Derek Fisher won 5 titles and hit a bunch of clutch shots. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Smush Parker is my second favorite Laker. Hey, man. Best of luck to you. Can we trade Russell Westbrook for, as it stands, Lakers give up 10 first round? Thank you. That's very humbling. Thank you. I appreciate that. Most clutch Laker? It's got to be Kobe, right? I mean, Kobe's up there all time in like clutch. But outside of Kobe, Robert Horry's got to be in that conversation. Derek Fisher. Yeah, I'd probably say those got to be top 3. Kobe, Horry, and Fisher. I mean, look, I think you can make an argument for Robert Horry as being the most clutch, but I think Kobe, if I'm not mistaken, Kobe is like top 5 in clutch. Somewhere around there. So it's got to be something like that. Back to the most overrated Laker. It's probably Wilt if you deep dive into his years there. That could make a good argument. That could be a pretty good argument. I can't believe we had Kwame smushed yet. Facts. Mr. Clutch, Jerry West. That's another good one. Yeah. Jerry West. If Russ finishes the year on the team, do the Lakers just let him walk or sign and trade? They let him walk. I don't see a team signing and trade because any team that's probably going to want him is probably going to have the money to sign him because he's never going to get like a $47 million a year deal again. He's probably going to get like a $15-20 million deal from a team. So unless there's like for whatever reason a team that just really wants him, and they're willing to do a sign and trade, but very likely they just let him walk. Would you think Russ would make at least $15 million next contract? Oh, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, 15 to 20 million, somewhere around there. It would be my guess. I think is what he'll end up getting by a team. I think there's at least a team that will bring that up. Yeah. What else do we got? Do you think rookie Max Christie could be a star for the Lakers in a couple of years? If he can develop his shot, if he can work on his shot, yes. Yeah, I really do. I really think he can. Yeah, I do. I think he can. No way you bring up that Ime and Suns owner deserve the same punishment. That owner's situation is much worse. They're making the owner selling the team. They forced the owner out. They're not forcing Ime out. And we still don't know everything that happened with Ime. You're assuming like you're leaving comments like the situation. Like is Ime like your cousin or something? Like did he tell you what he didn't do or what he did? Because he's apparently harassing people and more accusations keep coming up. So, like let's wait and see. Like we don't even know everything that happened. It's still a developing story. So like let's wait and be patient. Like I said, the owner, like the Suns owner, Sovereign, I never said that it wasn't worse. Like I said that the only thing I said was that was literally a race issue. This isn't a race issue. You need to pay attention. If you're going to leave comments, don't leave ignorant comments because it makes you look stupid. Do you think rookie Max Christie could be the star for the Lakers in a couple of years? I don't know about star, but I think if he develops as like if he develops that 3-point shot, I definitely think he could be, because star is hard. And I think star gets thrown around way too much. I think people throw around star way too much. Star is like, like top guy. Is it possible? Sure. But I think he could be a solid player. I think he's a guy that could really develop into a solid, like maybe starter, key contributor, stuff like that. I don't want Brickhead on our Lakers. Please trade him. I know. Look, if there was a way to do it, then absolutely. Racism seems weird to me because white and black people tend to get harassed for their color in media, not because they belong to specific people. Did you even watch Wilt play? I don't think any of us. Do you see a possibility that the Lakers land a trade midseason for Kyrie? And what would it take for Brooklyn to let him go this season? I think it would take for them to just completely implode. Like, just completely implode. Like, they would have to implode. So it's one of those things. If they implode, then yes, I could see something like that happening. Do you think Lakers can finish in top 6 in the Western Conference this season? Yeah. I think that's probably where they are. Assuming everyone's healthy, assuming everything's good, yeah, top 6 is probably where it goes. Feel like the Lakers have 2 starters locked, but everyone else will decide during who performs best during the training camp. I think that's a good thing because you will get the best out of players. Yeah, I mean, competition is always good, right? You always want to have competition. You always want to have guys have to compete for their spots because then you're going to get the best out of those guys during those times, during those training camps, stuff like that. I think that is, I think it just, yeah, you need that. You want that. Jordan Farmer. Yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely. Steve Blake, Shannon Brown. Yes. You heard that from Stephen A. Mimi. What else? Who do you talk? What are you talking to, bro? I didn't disrespect you. Don't disrespect me. Just voicing my opinion like everyone else. Learn to agree to disagree, man. You're spewing ignorance. Like you're saying it might be your opinion, but it's still an ignorant take. You're making it sound like Ime did nothing wrong. Like he was just some innocent guy that did nothing, and you're throwing race into it. It's ignorance. You're spewing ignorant hate for no reason. That's not a race thing. Not everything has to be about race. And when you spew ignorance, it's stupidity. It's stupidity. You don't think there's enough problems in the world already that we need more? We need people like you spewing more hate, spewing more ignorance. Like we don't need that in the world. He did something wrong. He deserves to be punished for it. If you did something wrong, if I did something wrong, if any of us did something wrong, don't spew ignorance and hate. It's just not cool, man. Like it's stupid. It's not, I'm not disrespecting you for calling you on your ignorance. You made an ignorant statement. You said something stupid, and I'm calling you out on it because it's stupid and ignorant. If you don't like it, hey, kick rocks. Peace, man. Good luck to you. Keep your ignorant narrative. It's silly. It's a silly narrative. Not everything has to be about race. We don't have to divide people on every issue. He did something wrong. He sexually harassed women. That's bad. That's not good. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, alien. I don't care what you are. You did something you shouldn't have done. So you deserve the punishment. They didn't fire him. They didn't do anything with him. They literally gave him they slapped him on the wrist and said, we'll see you next year. Like, not everything has to be race. It's stupidity. It really is. It's ignorance. And you're spewing hate for no reason. I don't watch Stephen A. Smith. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Do you think Max Christie will be a Hall of Famer one day? Yeah. No, I don't. No. I mean, who knows? You never know, right? I mean, we haven't even seen the guy play. We gotta cool the jets, cool expectations. You never really know until stuff like that happens. Until the guy comes. Like Kobe. Like nobody knew Kobe was gonna be top player all time. You never really know. You have hope. You have optimism. You're hopeful that ends up happening, but you never really know. I don't watch much. Which is why. I don't know much. Hey, look, I completely get it. No problem. What else? I don't blame the Lakers not trading Russ now. They're thinking of saving 30 million to 35 million to get Kyrie 2023. Yeah, I mean, I like assuming he comes. There's a lot of things that kind of go into that. You really need, you really need you need to basically renounce everybody and everything. And then on top of that, you got to hope that he takes a discount or do a sign and trade, and you got to hope that they implode enough for them to go. Like it's a lot. I'm not saying it won't happen, I'm not saying it can't happen. I just think it's a lot that needs to go into place. So I believe the Lakers are being heavily underrated. Even the shortage at the wing, I'll put this Lakers team up against it. I like this team. I have said it, I have preached it, I will preach it from the rooftops. I love this team. Will we be a contender? Who knows? But I definitely think I like our chances. I definitely do. I like our chances. Oh no. Let me see. If you were given season and playoff tickets for any sport, which you taking? A specific team or just sport in general? Because if it's play, like I would love to go to like an NFL playoffs or like the Super Bowl, like that would be like my number one. Like if somebody was like, if somebody told me like I'll give you season tickets for the next 10 years, or I'll pay for you to sit like on the field one time for the Super Bowl, I would choose the Super Bowl one time on the field, like for that. But I mean, if I could get like Lakers season tickets, like that's what I would do. I mean, basketball is my sport. Like I love basketball. Like that's what I'm most knowledgeable. That's most everything, So yeah. Every team needs that one player that's a dog, and we got one in Pat Bev who elevates other players. I agree. I mean, Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman, guys like that. You need that enforcer. You need that guy that'll go and get the technical. You need that guy that, can be that high energy guy that'll give you that passion, that'll give you that emotion night in and night out, stuff like that. Like that is important. So I agree. Okay, you just earned my sub. Well, thank you, Gary. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Who do you think will win MVP this NBA season? I think Anthony Davis, if he can show up and actually play at a high level throughout the year, I could see him getting it. But my guess would be, I think Luka gets it. I think Luka wins the MVP this year. Like that would be my safe bet, I guess. Yeah, that's my safe bet. I hate to say Beverly will elevate others. I just hate his style because it's not much basketball, and he could be so much more. I mean, he's one of those guys like you hate, you love when he's on your team, you hate him when he's not. It's one of those things. But I do. I think Patrick Beverly's really going to make an impact. I really do. I think he makes a big impact. Is that guy trying to say a white man would have been punished harder or lighter? I'm missing what part is racism on this essay case at this point. That's my point. Like the guy's acting like he did nothing. Like the Celtics just showed up and were like, you're suspended for a year. And he's like, what? Like the guy didn't even try to fight it. Like, he did something wrong. He did something bad. Punishment, I mean, it is what they gave him a slap on the wrist. They suspended him for a year. Like, I don't understand what the argument is. I don't know how you can defend somebody like that. The guy's literally defending and trying to spew some nonsense. It just, some people on the internet, man, it's the internet. You can't, people just, it's the internet. If I'm given tickets, I will watch the Lakers match followed by the Real Madrid match. I could understand that. You weren't disrespecting him. He was throwing hate race. That's the problem with the world we live in. I don't care what color you are. Exactly. Not everything has to be a divide. Like not everything. Like the guy did something bad. The guy did something very bad. Very, very bad. I don't know how you can defend that and let alone just immediately resort to that. Like it's silly. It just makes no sense. But I mean, look, there's people on the internet. It's the internet. It's just how it is. Like, we can't, there's just ignorance in the world, unfortunately. People are ignorant. Not everything has to be about, black and white. Sometimes people do bad shit and they deserve it. It's not like he was just chilling at home and they just walked up and were like, boom, you're bad. Like, no, like they did a year investigation. He didn't even try to fight it. There's more still coming out. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what somebody has to do in order for people to go, yeah, that guy did a bad thing. I'm not saying anything about him personally. I'm just saying he did something bad. He deserves to be punished. It doesn't have to be a black and white issue. I don't know why that guy was like, oh, it's because he's black. Like, not everything is a race issue. Like, sometimes people are just bad people. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'll never understand it. I will never understand it. Honestly, if we had an NBA Hall of Famer, a lot of these players wouldn't be considered. Also, that 75 list would be different. Yeah. So look, there are a lot of people. The criteria to get into the Hall of Fame is not what it used to be. Like, and it's just, I mean, if you're halfway through that, then it's one of those things. Like, if you're halfway decent, like, you get into the Hall of Fame nowadays. But yeah, you said he essayed women. When did that come out? Came out what, 2 days ago now? Something like that. I only heard the report that he had consensual relationships, which is inappropriate, coach. But accuracy is key. No, yeah, he was making unwarranted passes, and there was like, I think two or three women, something like that came forward, something like that. The reports, all the reports came out, what, 2 days ago now, something like that. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I was going to say too, Cowboys. Yeah, so yeah. If the Lakers win the chip with Russ, can you imagine how nicely positioned they'll be in the offseason with the chip? Oh, I mean, absolutely. Like, that's the story we all want, right? We all want the story of, like, Russell Westbrook goes to the Lakers, he wins a championship. Like, that's what we all want, Like, I don't think it happens, but, you never know. Like I said, you never know. Great stream as it stands. Like, thank you so much, LA Sports Live. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Too many ball handlers on our team and no potential consolidated 3 shooters. What do you think? How will we cope with this? So I mean, look, like, we haven't been a very good 3-point shooting team in a long time. I mean, even the bubble Lakers, we won the championship on the defensive end. And even last year, as bad as we were from 3-point range, we still put up 114 points per game. We're probably going to be number 1 again in fast point and fast breaks and pace. So we're going to be a fast team. We're probably going to get a lot of fast break points, stuff like that. We're going to hang the hat on the defensive end. If we're not a top 5 to 7 defensive team, we're probably going to be terrible. So yeah. Is Russ a starter opening night or coming off the bench? He's definitely going to be a starter. I don't see him coming off the bench. Your channel is a million times better. And Trevor, you're the best YouTuber. Well, thank you. Hey, look, Trevor Lane is fantastic. Lakers Nation is a fantastic channel, all that stuff. So I mean, to even be in a conversation with him is amazing. I'm very, very thankful, very, very blessed. But yeah, anyway. Lakers over everything. Thank you. So $50 super chat. You were so kind. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Seriously. Salute. Lakers Nation didn't get the big move we wanted, but you've absolutely A1 covered it all summer long. Thank you for that amazing work, bro. Looking forward to the season with you. Give your biggest 3 Laker hot takes for the season. First off, again, thank you so much. You really didn't have to do that. This is very kind of you. Seriously. Thank you. And yeah, I definitely work hard. I'm excited for the season. I can't wait to cover the season. I can't wait to, break it all down. And, you'll get to see me rant and lose my shit when the Lakers lose it or terrible. It's going to be a roller coaster. I hope you guys are all strapped in and ready to go. But you're going to see the good. You're going to see the bad. I'm excited for it. My 3 biggest Laker hot takes for the season. I think the Lakers at least make it out of the first round. I think the Lakers at least make it out of the first round. I think Russell Westbrook has a great year. Like, I don't mean in comparison to like maybe like his MVP level year, stuff like that, but I think the narrative of Russell Westbrook will change. I think him and Darvin Ham are building this relationship. I think Darvin Ham's got him believing and bought in. So I do. I think Russ works. I think we at least make it out of the second round. I think matchups are key though, and then I think that I'm gonna say Kendrick Nunn is like a huge X factor. I'm gonna say Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn may arguably be our third, if not fourth best player on the team, depending on how well Russ works. That'll be my 3 hot takes. But again, thank you so much, Lakers Over Everything. Seriously, that was very kind of you. You didn't have to do that. Very thankful, very humbled. You're awesome. Seriously, thank you. Where were we? Here we go. My thing is this. Can we play good defense around the 3-point line? Will we win? That's what it's going to take. If we defend, we will win. Yeah, like I said, if we're not at least a top 7 defense, I think we're going to struggle. I think we're going to be I think we're going to score points. I think because you just Anthony Davis and LeBron James are healthy. They're going to get you, halfway to 100. So I think we score points. I think that my biggest concern is just the wing spot. I think certain matchups we may have a little trouble, but I think collectively through team defense, everyone buying in, we're young, we're hungry, got a lot of good guys. I think we could be very good defensively. It's gonna rest on Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham is gotta get these guys bought in. We gotta build that chemistry, and we gotta have the right defensive schemes, the right defensive sets. And that likely changes throughout. So every time I wake up, it's like a nightmare, sweating, knowing that Westbrook will be in a Lakers jersey again this season. Someone tell me it's all a dream and trade has happened. I know, I feel it. But I do. I think Russ will be good. I think he'll buy it. I definitely do. I definitely think he'll buy it. I heard it was a consensual, which is why with the other person involved in a consensual act that works there wasn't publicized. So yeah, the very first report was that he was in a consensual relationship with a coworker, and then because it was a developing story, we got like I said, I think it was 2 days ago. Now my days are all blended in, but 2 days ago, word came out that Ime Udoka was making passes and saying inappropriate stuff during certain things. Here, let me see if I can find the report real quick. Yeah, like I said, it came out like 2 days ago that multiple women had came forward saying that he was basically being inappropriate in the workplace. Here, let's do this. Let's do this in real time. Hang with me. Let's do this on the fly. What else? Let's look up. Let's search Celtics, and boom. Here, we can multitask. We'll get back to it in a second. I love this team. Throw it up. Let's see what we got. If anything needs change, something, then we can see what we got. Yeah, look, I do too. I like this team a lot. I really think that we're gonna be in a good place. I don't necessarily think we're a contender, but I think we could be pretty. I think look. You get us into the playoffs. We're healthy. We're good. Everything's clicking. I'll take my chances. Let's see. Oh, we got another report 3 hours ago. But it's about the original lady, the Celtics employee with whom Ime Udoka had an affair, helped him make all his travel arrangements. And that job sometimes included organizing travel for his fiance, Nia Long. So it was like an assistant for him. Interesting. But agents predictions. These are all like new stuff. Did you guys see the Brad Stevens emotional interview where he was talking about like what was going on and how, women in the workspace were feeling uncomfortable and we have to support them now and stuff like that. You guys didn't see that? Celtics president of basketball operations, Brad Stevens, on speculation around female staffers on social media, because people were like talking about like the women and stuff like that. But yeah, you got to go watch Brad Stevens' interview. Like Brad Stevens talks and he's like we need to stand up for these women, stuff like that. Like there was multiple women. I'm trying to find the action. Okay, here we go. New allegations. Celtics Ime Udoka accused of making unwanted comments towards female staffers. This came out. This was reported by The Athletic. So the 23rd was when. So it was yesterday. Yesterday is when all the other reports came out. That's also when I believe Brad Stevens had the interview and talked about the other women feeling uncomfortable in the workspace. Ime Udoka reportedly accused of making unwanted comments towards female staff members, which led to internal investigation that resulted in full suspension, announced Thursday. Found about the relationship in July and believed it was consensual, but an unnamed woman accusations Udoka had unwanted comments towards her that led to the team investigating. So the investigation wasn't because of the girl that he was having a relationship with. It was because of the other women that he was doing stuff for. That's how the original investigation got launched. Noted the future franchise beyond 22 at a later date. This is all just his assistant coach. He guided the appearance. No further information about the organization's internal investigation was immediately released. The Celtics opened the it's just that. And then Brad Stevens did a whole interview and basically said like, hey, so yeah, there was more to it than just the original woman. So there you go. I thought we did great with McGee and Howard and AD going inside, building leads and opening that three. Now we're shooting threes and open the middle. I don't know. So much depends on the three. Team knows it. Yeah, I mean, look, we got a bunch of like mid-tier 3-point shooters. I think it just, if everybody can if we can just have a bunch of guys that play defense and shoot around league average, I think we'll be fine. Like that's what it's going to come down to. We need to be good enough to where people have to respect it. Like that's my big thing. The number of guards isn't a big deal. Many teams have a lot of guards, like Bulls and Heat. Heat are using a 6'5" guy, power forward, Caleb Martin. Yeah, very true. I can agree with all three of those. Great take. Thank you so much, Lakers, over everything. I'm excited for the season. I really am. Lakers going to be a top 5 defense. I think so. I think we could be up there. I really do. I think we have the guys. Like we have guys. The good thing is we have guys with length, which is important also. We have a lot of guys with length. Like Walker has like a 6'10" wingspan, stuff like that. So we got guys that can play. We appreciate your videos, man. Great content. Well, thank you so much, Tron. I appreciate you. Thank you. I believe in Belize. I live in Belize. Sorry. Shout outs to Belize. Thank you so much. I'm a big Laker fan. Do you think we have a shot of winning the championship? I'm very optimistic. I mean, look, I believe that if we're healthy, we're in the playoffs. I still don't think that there's a team that has an answer for Anthony Davis if he's playing at a high level, and a team that has an answer for LeBron James if he's playing at a high level. So you get those two guys. They're still arguably, if not the best duo in the entire league. I like my chances. I definitely think we have a chance. Why do you believe Lakers get so much hate by other owners? It can't be because they have a history of winning, because Boston gassed the same number of chips, but no hate. It's just because, Boston has had multiple long stretches where they were just terrible. Like most of their championships were won in like the 70s and 80s. So, outside of since the 80s, they've only won 2 championships, if that. I don't even think it's been that many. So that's the thing. All of their championships came much early on. Lakers have been a model of consistency for the last 100 years almost. It's crazy. All of this is just adding to the fire of Tatum to the Lakers when he's free. Hey, I'm loving it. Keep the drama and confusion going in Boston. Do more. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about Tatum. I would love Tatum. I wouldn't be shocked his relationship with Kobe. But I wouldn't be shocked if Jaylen Brown ends up leaving the Celtics and he goes to the Lakers, because the Boston Celtics have a real fear of Jaylen Brown leaving, which is why they were willing to trade him for Kevin Durant. And now all this stuff that's going on with the Celtics, he might want to get out of there. And after this year, he goes into a contract year. So they might have to trade him if he wants out. And if they don't trade him, I wouldn't be shocked. Jaylen Brown, see, the thing is, too, Jaylen Brown wants to be the guy. And if Jaylen Brown goes to the Lakers, he would, after the following year, like LeBron very likely leaves and goes plays with the Sun. If he doesn't, then he could re-sign, and Jaylen Brown could still be the guy. LeBron James could kind of play that point guard facilitator role, kind of like, Anthony Davis could be Anthony. Like, I don't know. I could see it happening. I believe that Pat Bev will make the first or second all defense team. I wouldn't be shocked at all. You'll never see Davis return to 2020 form. He has peaked and on the decline. This team won't be competitive for 10 years. Sorry to tell you. We'll see. Turner and Hield is a better fit than Irving. I also don't think Irving is worth even close to a max deal. Defense wins championships, and Irving alone isn't going to help, especially at age 31 next season. Here's the thing, though, is that like Hield is terrible defensively. He's worse statistically than Kyrie Irving. The thing is that what Kyrie Irving brings to the table is the impact. He gives you a much bigger impact than both of those guys combined. And Kyrie is a good fit with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but Irving's a guy that can completely take over games and win games by himself. Like if LeBron James and Anthony Davis aren't in the game and you have Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, they're probably not winning you very many games. But if LeBron James and Anthony Davis miss several games, Kyrie is good enough to where he can carry the workload and win you a couple games that you shouldn't have won. He can completely take over games. You're not giving the ball to Buddy Hield to take over a game. You're down 7 and you're giving, here you go, Hield, get us back into the game. You're not doing that with Buddy Hield, but you're doing that with Kyrie Irving. That's the big thing. Like that's the difference. And Hield, these two guys, like especially Hield's never even been in a playoff game. So what is he like in the playoffs? Lakers team is better than the Bulls team. I agree. I've been screaming that at the top of my lungs. I agree. What do you think about Cole Sweater? I love Cole Sweater. I think he has great potential, be an incredible shooter. His defense really concerns me, but he's got good size at 6'9", good wingspan, everything like that. That could be learned. I wouldn't be against them giving him a chance. I would prefer a veteran wing if we're bringing one in, just because, like as much as Cole Sweater could provide that shooting, which I mean, he shot 53% in the summer league, which summer league, but can he shoot 38%, which I think is realistic, and he's going to get great looks playing with LeBron, Davis, Westbrook, things like that. That's my thing. I think that he could. I wouldn't mind them at all if they do it. I understand better now. So back to F the Celtics, or was that inappropriate at this? Hey, I'm with you, Eric. No, like I said, I just wanted. You weren't the only one that asked the question. That's why I was trying to find it. I wanted to clarify for people. Like I said, I mean, again, it's the last time I'm going to touch on it. Just because, like I said, I want the stream to be fun. I want this to be enjoyable. We had the one knucklehead that tried to make it about race and stuff. Like, no, he did something wrong. Like, my thing is just like, I don't understand why people will try to make everything about race. Like, he did something wrong. Like, he deserves what he got. He didn't try to fight it. He didn't try to do anything. He made a decision. He knew the consequences. Like, he deserves to be punished. They gave him a slap on the wrist. They suspended him for a year. They could have done a lot more than that, and they did a whole investigation. They did everything. Clearly he believes that something happened. You know what I mean? It's just, I'll never understand people trying to defend somebody that did something terrible and then try to just turn it into something that it's not. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that there's enough hate. There's enough just ignorance in the world. We don't need to be spewing more of it. We don't need to add fuel to the fire that already exists. Like, it is very like, hey, bad decision led to a consequence. Go figure. You know, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed you did stupid shit? You win stupid prizes. Like, you know, it's just, that's my thing. Like, you know, but anyway, how do you feel about Cam Reddish? I love Cam Reddish. I am super high on Cam Reddish. I would absolutely love the Lakers to get Cam Reddish if they can make that happen. I think it just depends on what they would have to give up. You know, that's my only thing. Why is this team so guard heavy? Was this a calculated decision to try to add more pace and speed to the offense, or was it a huge mistake because Russ failed trade last second? I think it was probably multiple things. I think one, they believed that they were going to get a deal done. I think two, pace and speed definitely helps. Three, that's all there really was. I mean, this free agency was nothing but like guards and like small wings. Like that's all there was outside of like Porter Jr., which we weren't going to get him. He was either going to cost too much or, you know, he's going to go to the Raptors, which he said he wanted to do. And he did a whole press conference, said the reason I went to the Raptors is because, you know, my wife is from there. So outside of that, there wasn't anybody that we could have gotten. Like it was all guards and wings. Like this free agency was terrible. Big men historically decline early in Davis soft toilet paper. It's over. They've clearly punted. Sure. Pelinka's job is on the line this season. I don't know. Like I said, there wasn't really much for them to do this season. So put it like this. Every 10 years, the Lakers are in the finals while the Celtics just coast on black and white film. It's an excellent point. Congrats on 4K. I'm over this offseason. Other team and reporters keep teasing us, but Russ is still here. First off, thank you so much. I'm very blessed, very humble, very thankful to have reached that like so quickly. I've only been doing this for like 2 months and we're already at 4K, which is amazing. So subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Help me grow. Let's get next stop is 5K and then 10K. It's 10K. That would be beautiful. But like this video, subscribe to the channel. Here, let's real quick while we're talking about it, let's do a like check. Let's see if we reach the like goal of 150 likes. We're at 114 likes. Hit that like button. Help me reach the 150 like goal. There's 200 people of you in this live stream. I would love that. And then help me get to the subscriber goal, which we're only 38 subscribers away from hitting that subscriber goal for this stream. 200 of you. I'm sure there's 38 of you that are not subscribed. So subscribe to the channel. And again, James, thank you so much. I'm so blessed, so thankful, so happy, so humbled to have 4K. But yeah, this offseason, I mean, all the reports, all the teasing, all that stuff. I mean, it's the Lakers offseason for you, right? We'll be right back at it again next offseason or at the trade deadline or at whatever, you know. Would it have been nice to get Russ traded? Absolutely. But I'm glad Rob Pelinka didn't do a deal just to do a deal. You know, I would have been more mad if he made a terrible deal just to move off of Russ. Our team is going to be trash again this year. I don't think so. I think we're going to be pretty good, personally. But we'll see. My thing is, like, how do we know until we see him play? Pelinka has done more with the Lakers than a majority of NBA teams. Be glad your team is not the Kings, Pacers, etc. Exactly. Rob Pelinka's done a good job. I know a lot of people feel otherwise, but we were an Anthony Davis injury away from being in the finals again. We would have beaten the Suns. I mean, we're up 2-1. They had no answer for Anthony Davis. It looked like we were going to go up 3-1, and then Davis gets hurt. David doesn't get hurt. We're probably in the finals again, and we're probably playing the Bucks. I think we would have had a good chance against the Bucks with Anthony Davis playing at the level that he was playing. LeBron James getting to a finals. I think he would have balled out. We probably go back-to-back. And then last year was LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They wanted Westbrook. So, no guarantee Lakers get Irving next year. Best chance it's getting the better players and using the picks for Turner and Hield. After all this, they could end up with Harrison Barnes in free agency. But the thing is, too, is that they could still end up with Harrison Barnes in free agency and have no picks, and Turner leaves, and the Lakers are terrible for the next 7 years. You know, like, it's just, you got to get a deal. If you're going to do a deal, you got to do a deal that is actually worth, like, the value, you know? Did you see? Yeah, somebody was asking that earlier. I did not. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. You said on IG. What's Jordan Clarkson's brother's name again? Somebody let me know. Or I'll find it. Last roster spot, I prefer Demarcus Cousins as a backup AD to power forward. The thing is that like we just have too many bigs, and Demarcus Cousins is probably not going to play power forward. Like we got Thomas Bryant that can play the 4. We got winning Gabriel still. Demarcus Cousins' injury history is scary. We need a wing defender more than anything. So I'd rather keep that roster spot and see what comes up. What free agent other than Kyrie would you like to see have space? If we can't get Kyrie, I would rather see them try to like divvy up the cap space and get like an array of guys. Like if we could get like say next offseason we could get like let's say we could get like Miles Turner. Let's say we could get like Harrison Barnes and like Bogdanovich, right? 3 guys that I think could be realistically obtainable in the cap space that we would have. I would rather that. Say our starting 5 is like, let's say we retain Beverly, we retain like some of these young guys. Like I would rather go that route. Like instead of going and getting another guy, I wouldn't mind like Andrew Wiggins, but like after LeBron leaves, is Andrew Wiggins really going to be a good number 2 option? Because he revitalized his career as the number like 4 option, So like I have my concerns there. I would rather the Lakers go and get, like 2 or 3 guys rather than like one big name, outside of Kyrie, there aren't any really big names. I wouldn't mind like Gary Trent Jr. He had like more 30-point games last season than like almost every star in the league except for like 2. Like I can't remember what it was, but there's like I remember seeing a whole chart. Like there was a stat about that. I like keeping Westbrook. His $47 million cap this year. We need the money to get Kyrie next year. Yeah, exactly. I'm not against it at all either. All right, we only got a couple more questions left, and then we'll skate on out. Would you trade Russ for Kelly Oubre and Terry and Gordon Hayward and 1 first? No, because Gordon Hayward hasn't been able to stay healthy, and beyond him being able to stay healthy, it's just all the money you're taking on. And it's not even because like I think Kyrie's coming. I would love to get Kelly Oubre, but Terry, we don't need Terry. He's basically another Kendrick Nunn. And then Gordon Hayward, I have a lot of concerns like injury history, stuff like that. Keep it up. Your view to sub ratio is amazing. It really is. It really is. Hopefully you can hop on a stream with other Laker YouTubers this season. Yeah, I've already done a couple. I did LA Sports Live, and I've done the Kareem Report with Kareem and Elder. Definitely plan on doing more. Also, quick shameless plug, Monday, in the description of this video, go to the description of this video, click the link. You'll see it says The Lakers Show. This Monday, I'm launching a Lakers podcast over on a channel that I rebranded, me and a buddy of mine. We're just going to do a thing, talk Lakers. I didn't want to do it here because I wanted to do something separate with him, kind of keep this to just me, and then do the other channel. Plus, I had the channel that like I wasn't using, so I was like, I might as well use it, rebrand it, branded it to a Lakers channel. So right now there are videos up, but it's just re-uploads of this channel, only because I want YouTube's algorithm to keep like realizing like this is a Lakers channel now, and just kind of basically for the YouTube algorithm, I'm posting re-uploads. But go subscribe to that link in the description. Also subscribe to As It Stands, not this channel, my mother channel, the one that spawned this channel, As It Stands, where I talk all the other sports, other teams, stuff like that beyond the Lakers. So if you like my analysis, like my breakdown, you like hearing me talk sports, go check that out. Did you see? Yeah, no, I haven't. I'll go check that out right now. What would have been your ideal Russ trade? The Kyrie trade. But beyond that, if the Pacers would have accepted 1 first, that like if we could have traded Russ a first and like a pick swap for like Hield and Turner, I would have done that. That would have been my ideal trade. I think it would have done. I think it would have done well. Yeah. All right, let's get like a couple more questions and then we're out of here. I personally think they should be sellers and start a complete rebuild not trying to win a championship with zero assets. Yeah, I mean, the rebuild makes no sense because you got LeBron James, and who's trading for LeBron at this point? Like, and what are you getting up? Like, it doesn't. You got arguably the best duo in the league. No need. They just put a yellow Jazz jersey alongside two LA jerseys. Oh, okay. Is that all it is? All right. Nothing crazy. Okay. What else? Lakers would be so much better just getting Russ off the team and keeping his selfish attitude away from other players. Even the Spurs and Jazz trade helps. They could still do either. I mean, they could still do either. It's just what do those teams want? What do the Spurs want? What do the Jazz want now? Stuff like that. That's a big difference too. But anyway, flirting is not harassment, but when it becomes unwarranted and unwanted, it does become harassment, and it depends on what you're saying. He was saying stuff that wasn't flirting. If you walk up to a girl and say like, "Damn," the whole Adam Levine thing that's going on right now, like something like that, that is not flirting. That is harassment. There's a difference between being like, "Hey, I think you're very beautiful. Would you like to go for a drink? Would you like to, go out on a date?" Something like that. That's not the same thing as what he was doing. So yes, you're right. Flirting is not harassment, but what he did was harassment. So you're right. But what you're trying to defend him, but there's no defending him. He did what he did. So, but anyway, that's all I have for you all today. I appreciate you all so very much. You guys are all very awesome. Again, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go check out the links in this video. Go subscribe to the Lakers channel, The Lakers Show. I'm going to have a live stream this Monday. Trying to figure out the time. And yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you all. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.